sometimes.
Gosh, well, there's the pain there.
God lodge.
People are astonished at my agility at 82, but I think I can outpace many, many people at age 82 with what I'm doing. I've got boundless energy, which I think nature can give anybody once the system's cleaned up because it flows. I think I should go on for quite a time.
I have this ability where a particular energy flows through me and around me, and this energy we're able to use in helping people who are sick of body, mind or spirit. It really started when I was a child with a little doggy I had called Patch, and the dog was due to be put down because it was very sick. One of the things that would happen to me when I was young, these lights would appear. And I asked these lights as a little child of 6 or 7 to heal the dog. And within a day the dog was cured.
I've been a healer for most of my life, and it's still true that some people think if you're a healer that you are going to be rather strange and perhaps almost not from this planet and wear long robes. In fact, it's quite a surprise to them to find that, in fact, I'm a human being and I have to do human things like everyone else does.
There's one lady particularly that I need to remind you of. She's having an operation later on this afternoon. She's very frightened about it.
I'm surrounded by lovely people, a lady called Amanda who does all of the organising and makes sure that all the business that I'm involved in and the setup I have runs smoothly. I may have this gift, but I have no gift for that. That only leaves us the summer school to work out now.
Yes.
Which I think we ought to arrange on a separate meeting because that's quite complicated.
I'm walking around my Neolithic stone circle. This is the exact replica of the circle at Gorsfire in Pembroke, and all these stones were brought from Pembroke to form this circle. The actual ring of the circle is dictated by the header stones, which are over there. Now, what we're doing on this occasion is to measure the energy and healing power of the grass based on a 28 moon cycle. So this grass is taken indoors and pounded up and then measured for not only energy but also dynamic life force, healing energy, dynamic life force. And it's very, very clear now that the time to cut grass is one day before the full moon and on the day of the full moon. There's no scientific background to what I'm doing. It's based on nearly 60 years of living with the soil, with the earth. And I know if the soil hasn't got a vibrational frequency and energy, the plants and vegetables and the fruits growing on it will always be deficient and will always be unwell. Every patient that arrives here always submits a cutting of each finger of each hand, the nails from each finger of each hand, and the back of the neck, the nape of the neck, the hair from the nape of the neck, left and right. And each one then is completely connected with all parts of the system. That is then put into a jar, a little pot like that, with a tiny bit of alcohol to reserve it for all times. And by simply putting a pendulum over without any influence, the energy of the nails and hair will cause that pendulum to rotate in a positive direction. The faster the rotation, to me, empirically observed over many years, is the greater the health of that patient. The slower the energy, that indicates the less energy. Now, this particular patient here was with me for quite a number of years. Now, if I swing it, this is me swinging it, then I'm letting it free wheel now. And it's stopping with no effort on my part, and that patient died last year. So the energy has disappeared completely from the hair and nails.
In an average day, I see 40 to 50 people a day. People with bad backs, bad legs, heads, people with cancer. It could be absolutely everything and anything. I can offer hope to patients. This is all I can offer them. Well, this is where I work. Small but adequate. It's very comfortable for the people. I have 2 surgery rooms, 1 and 2. This is a typical surgery room. I'm going to have to work very quickly because I haven't got the time to stop. Want to pop this up if you don't mind.
Right.
I know what you've got, and you're going to say to me, well, why do you want to go to the stomach? There's a big reason why I go to the stomach. So I like looking at stomachs.
Right.
No. It's not that. If you're very quick, sometimes you can actually see the blood on the cotton wool. But as quick as it's there, it's gone. Or it may be green or black. But as quick as it's there, it's gone. When we first started, the materialisations stayed all the time. Actually, you could, we would give the blood or the clots or whatever came out of people and put them in pots and give them to people for them to have it analysed. Many times the doctor would phone me up or someone would phone me up and say, look, you know, what you gave us was a tumour. How did you get it out? How did it come out? You know, but the trouble is it become a bit too, I don't know what word you would call it, too amazing if you want. It was very hard to accept it, you know. But it was happening, And people were getting a bit afraid of seeing blood and bits. So I mentally asked God if he would change it, because it was too horrific for people to see. Very strange. Don't worry, you're not going to die. Not today. Anyway.
My healing work started when I was 5. I went into hospital with a kidney failure, caught rheumatic fever, and my heart stopped, and I found myself out of my body, surrounded by wonderful light, which was very peaceful and caring, and a voice telling me to go back to my body. And then I was awake and I got better, and that was where everything started from.
Go over there, slightly open your legs and touch your toes for me. How's it feel?
Free.
Good?
Yep.
Have a nice day.
Thank you.
Well, it started off hands-on contact healing, Then it went from there to a trance-like state where I would not be conscious at all. Yet somebody else, or an external personality, would take over me and perform these spiritual or psychic operations. And it would give no name, it would just be a voice, very stern, dramatic voice, no name. And eventually he allowed us to call him Joseph. And then he told us he was a doctor, and that his surname was Khan. You would have to accept you are not the body and the body is not you. I do not work just on the atomic level, we work on the subatomic level as well. And I do not intend to waste my time trying to give you the understanding of it. Now I'm pretty much conscious, even though I'm not in my body, so to speak. It's like being two people. Have a good day. But because I've been doing it such a long time, it's become so easy to me, like second hand. I slip into it and slip out of it like you put your hand into a glove. Good morning.
Good morning.
How are you feeling today? Good?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
I have birthday.
Your birthday?
Yeah.
Oh, happy birthday. How old are you now? 21?
Uh-huh. Jack Temple Healing Centre, can I help you?
What I'm going to do, Martin, I'm going to compare the different hemispheres of your brain with your muscles, okay? So I want you to push a muscle right up like that, push up hard. Now that's your strength of your muscles, and I'm going to put it on there, push up hard. That's stronger. Now I'm changing over to my small finger, and I'm going to put my finger on your damage there. Push up really hard, your hand collapses. So that is what we're working on there. I know nature works. If you feed the soil well, the plants are good. If the plants are good and you eat them, you're good. If you spray the soil with chemicals and the plants are poor and you eat that food, you're bad. And the badness spreads right through when you aggravate the situation by trying to cover up the badness with drugs. DDT, poison in your thyroid, on both sides. And I said that was coming from the inferior mesenteric down here. I think I'm unique in a sense that I've recognised that our genes generally are deteriorating. I think I'm unique in the sense that I've developed a system of extracting poisons through the skin. I don't think many people are doing that. And I'm completely against vaccinations. I think they are causing the deterioration of the species. So you're okay this side, but not that side. Now that's the line of the gallbladder. And that's what we're... God, you should wear looser trousers next time. Come on.
12 o'clock on Monday the 19th. That'd be all right.
Hello. Look at this body. Don't we all wish we had a body like this? Hey, don't we? Goodness gracious.
Well,
I'll fight the flab every week.
a few things wrong with it, though.
No, it's not bad. I've seen worse.
Well, yeah, they're probably...
Look at it. Lovely slim thing. Oh, you ain't got any complaints about this.
You know what's wrong, don't you?
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh. Okay.
Well, I'm going to need to turn you over, my dear.
Okay.
I can't tell you how it works. I really don't know. I really don't know. I just say it's the love of God, and that's it. That's all I can tell you. All I know that 70% of the people that come here either made better or cured or eased. So I know something happens. I mean, at the end of the day, it doesn't matter how you're working. It's, are people getting better? That's what you've got to ask yourself at the end of the day. And I don't ask anyone to come here. I don't advertise. Don't. And people come every day. I'm packed every day.
Tell me what happened then. Do I have, listen.
No, I saw red. Turn around on your back.
Do you see William? Is there any?
No.
Nothing?
But I saw him do it, pull the stuff out.
There's nothing here. No,
Yeah,
just
just-
no scar.
What did you do then?
Tell me about your
I
kiss
heard
my
it. I saw
eyes.
things go in the trash can. That's all I know.
You didn't see anything?
Well, his hands were there, and no, I didn't see. There was no blood. I can say that I saw. A white. They were white.
It's weird.
Yeah, that's all I know. Well, maybe you can do me when he's in with me.
It's coming now. Hello, Jack. This is Julie.
Hello. See you. Come and sit down. It's your
My daughter.
daughter. Hello. How are you feeling? Oh, good. You've got good rosy cheeks. You're healthy. I bet. Lovely. How did you get on with the programme?
Fine. Yes,
You told me you were feeling much better last time you were on the 6th of January.
that's right.
Is it
Yes,
better than better?
yes,
compared with the
yes
6th
it is.
of
In
January?
fact, sometimes I forget to take the tablets because I've just not got the indigestion.
You haven't got. There are no frontiers with dowsing. You don't have to learn anything. You can actually, whatever you want to know, you can find out by dowsing. And am I allowed to continue? Yes. So I just checked to make sure I was allowed to continue because I've already done quite a powerful treatment, but you obviously can stand it. You've got to have the right questions, you've got to receive the right answers, you've got to have the brain that receives, you've got to have a brain that's actually under control, because when you put a question you must divorce the answers. The answer comes as a result of putting a question, but the two together must be completely disjointed or disassociated. So, just going to have a look. There it is there. And that would be blocked with nylon. You know nylons are poison, don't you? Yeah, well, are you still wearing them? I bet you are.
No, I don't
No, you sure?
No.
So you watch your mum, make sure she doesn't wear nylon. So we've got nylon there, and then we've got bleach from your sanitary towels, so wear unbleached sanitary
No, I
towels.
don't wear. I don't
Well, you
have
must have-
periods anymore.
Hmm?
I don't have
But you
them.
did have them,
Oh, yes.
still there,
Right.
when you wore them. So I'm just saying, advice to daughter, make sure that sanitary towels are unbleached.
I've had for years problems in my lungs with what they thought asthma, and where literally I couldn't breathe at times, but it's not it.
No, it's not here.
And I've learned since then maybe that my airways are like 50% closed. Is what I've learned.
More like airways disease.
That what?
More like airways disease. Keep your neck back. I'm just going to go right down into the esophagus there. And now you feel me going right the way down in there.
Yes, I do.
Nice deep breath in. Come on, deep, through the nose. Full. Push the stomach out as you breathe in. Deep, nice and deep. Come on, fill the stomach. No, you're shallow breathing. Nice and deep. Okay, I'm going to cut that. I'm going to remove a little blockage in there. So, take a nice deep breath from me and tell me how you feel. Come on, in through the nose.
feels easier inside.
Absolutely. But you
What was it? Can you tell
blockage,
me?
yeah. It's some airways disease, and you have a blockage, and you have a fatty tumour just on the back of the neck.
Yeah, I knew.
You know about that?
I didn't know it was a tumor.
Well, no, it's a
I mean,
fatty.
Yes,
yeah.
what they call Dower
Yeah.
or something. Yeah. Do you know what that's from?
Yeah.
Can you tell me?
No.
You cannot. Okay. He cut my neck. I felt it.
Yeah, but I think I saw him.
I
go.
heard it and felt it, and
Yeah.
it's like he slit my throat. I felt, and then or whatever. I felt the slice and then the cutting, and he went right down inside and yanked it out.
Yeah, no, I heard it.
Oh, I felt it. I mean, there was no question.
Yeah.
And then we've got to build your brain up with scamp. Now, I brought that from Florida, from a fish well eaten by dolphins. Dolphins, the brain of a dolphin is 2.5 times the size of a human. So I deduced that they must have actually a food to keep a brain like that going, because they're very intelligent fish. So when I went to Florida, I went round to the fish market and sorted out all the fish by putting my hand on my brain and walking down the fish line with my pendulum. And then when I came to this fish, it went zzz. The pendulum went really mad. So I took it back and carved it up next day. And as I carved up the fish, I kept putting my head on my brain to see when it responded. Eventually, I found it was a little red gland in the front of the fish, head side of the fish. So I've potentized it. And we're using that to regenerate our own brains with this gland from this fish I brought back from Florida. And they called it, and the fish is called scamp, S-C-A-M-P. So that's what we're going to use for your brain, scamp. And that's fine.
The whole time that he was talking to me and treating me, I was very happy with what he was saying and felt very positive, and that he knows what he's talking about, and very happy with the treatment.
The clothes I wear are a reflection of me. I love colours, they make me feel good. I like the loose flowiness of things. And when I'm doing healing work, I feel I have to be what I really am. Of course, there are some times where people give me strange looks and think, why are you wearing all these things? But you have to be confident inside and just wear what makes you comfortable. I brought my healing work to Glastonbury some years ago now because I'd always had an affinity with this area. I believe that even putting aside all of the various myths and legends at Glastonbury, they come from a true fact, which is that this is a part of the English land that's very, very powered, and I feel powered by being here. When I'm going to give healing groups, I do nothing else. I end up really being what I call attuned to the energy, the source energy, without thoughts interrupting me. My mind becomes very clear and quiet, and I'm quite transported. It's almost like I leave behind the world for a short while.
Am I going in the right direction for what I'm looking for? Am I going in the right direction for what I'm looking for? Am I going in the right direction for what I'm looking for? Am I going in the right direction for what I'm looking for? Something I've discovered that very few people realise is that our skeleton retains the DNA for all times. When we're buried, our DNA, our blueprint is always retained in the bones. I discovered that the roots of trees pick up that DNA information and always transmit it to the trunk about 3 foot above the ground, facing south. So this tree facing south has the genetical information relating to my genetical forebears. Now, the first thing I do is it good information? So I then douse, what is the depth of the skeleton? 5, is it more than 5? Is it more than 10? Is it more than 20? Is it more than 30? Is it more than 40? Is it as much as 50? Is it more than 50? So we've now got the information that the skeleton is 50 foot underneath the ground, and that person died 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9,000 years ago, and died at the age of 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100, 110, 120, 130, 140, 150, 156. So therefore we would conclude somebody that died at age 156 would be a good copy to take aboard. When we are born genetically deficient, there is no way we can restore ourselves to the correct genetical structure unless we can superimpose the blueprint of one of our forebears genetically in the same family tree that we could feed into the system and copy. So what I've realized and discovered that in every tree, the information is always about that square in the tree, and if that is converted back into homeopathic memory, then we can feed that information back into the patient, and the patient can then pick it up and restore the organ back to its correct genetical structure.
Good morning. Hello. Hello, my friend. How are you feeling today?
Pretty good, actually.
This man's come from America to see me. So we always suggest that they stay 2 or 3 days. It's silly to come all this way just for one treatment, to get the maximum benefit from what we're doing. I was with you last night.
Were you?
Yeah. I have this ability to leave my body and to go and talk with people. Sometimes I would be in 2 or 3 different places at once and talk with people physically. They would speak with me. Sometimes I would only enter in a dream. But sometimes I will physically materialise in their home. Yeah, you're certainly your sleeping and your eating has changed.
On the face of it, this looks quite a small area of land. I should have walked at least 1/4 of a mile by the time I finished. Now, you see, right round, quickly, and away we go again. Walk fast, walk quickly, the energy is flowing up through the body, and the actual energy is rising quickly down the bottom and slowly up the top as it's forcing its way through. I have very high-profile patients, and the Duchess of York is a very, very loyal patient. She's always in and out of my surgery with various things, and she needs to be because she travels the world, and you go into an aircraft and they run up and down spraying everybody with a pesticide, and anybody that travels a lot will always be filled up with pesticides, will have lung problems. A nice little sharp turn here. Good. A good exercise for the ear. Bang! Away we go again.
This is the most important part of my healing day. It's the time of preparation for the healing group. This is when I really do detach from everything else other than the purpose I'm here for and become at peace and at one with the spiritual healing. It's a feeling of bliss and joy and peace.
Yo
Hi, Jack.
Hi, Sarah.
How are you?
Fine, thank
I've
you.
turned my mobile off.
Oh, right, good.
Okay.
Good.
I knew you'd give me a hard time if I didn't.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How do you explain Jack Temple? You explain Jack Temple that he makes you feel safe. He practices what he preaches, because look at him at 82 years old to be regrowing his hair on his head. You walk in here and he says, right, what's the problem? How do we help you? Let's find a solution, rather than, oh, well, you know, perhaps I haven't got time to listen to you. I think a great deal of problems nowadays is people really, and a lot of doctors don't have time to listen to their patients and sit down and really want to know how their life is and what they've been through. And certainly coming here to see Jack, it's very calming surroundings, and you really feel as though he cares about you.
Anyway, just came back from New York.
Mm-hmm.
What was the,
And I'm feeling pretty wretched, Jack, to be honest.
Fairly rotten now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, just no energy. It's pretty strange for me to. I'm normally, you know,
Yeah.
strong as an ox, but I'm
Yeah,
very
very
tired,
yeah.
and not just from jet lag.
Well, if you put your fingers out.
Obviously, some poison's still lingering in me from the past, Jack.
In my experience, and from what I've observed over the many years, chemicals, adulterants, inherited factors where parents have taken the poisons aboard, and that's blocked the genes, which gives imperfection in reproduction. So we're being born with imperfect genes. My job is to reverse that, and I reverse it by removing the poisons from the system. Have you got any problems anywhere else with
Well, I've been noticing that on my vein in my leg, there is a vein sticking out a bit. I thought it was varicose coming,
Yeah.
but it's not. Varicose doesn't happen on the front, does it, Jack?
there?
Yeah. Right. Okay. What's that, Jack?
Well, that's a crushed vein.
Well, how do I do that?
Skiing.
Yeah.
Did
Just
you?
been
When
skiing.
was that then?
2 weeks ago.
And you fell over?
Oh, yeah, many times.
Gosh, well, there's the pain there.
Okay.
So what we'll do there is we'll put a tablet on to clear the blockage.
Okay.
All right.
Okay. I think that well-being is down to good nutrition, exercise, lots of water. I think it is down to becoming aware of mind, body, soul. And I think Jack would stand for all those points. Organic farming and lots of good vitamins. And indeed, Jack really symbolises all of that with his circle of good health outside. And indeed, I personally believe that you monitor your diet, you monitor your water intake, you take enough exercise. I like coming to Jack. I think you're on a good road.
I'd like to welcome you all to our healing group. Healing is a spiritual gift as far as I'm concerned. And healing comes from a spiritual power, but it also uses your power. And my work is to try and bring the healing through, but allow you to receive it as something that lives within you and helps your own abilities of mind and body to help themselves. All you have to do for this time is to just open your mind and put aside your cares as best you can.
Dear Jack, thank you so much for making my day and giving me a beautiful amethyst. I will always treasure it and keep it close to my being at all times. I was immensely touched by your kindness. I did want you to know how much I appreciated the unexpected present. With love, from Diana. That was a lovely letter to get. Kensington Palace, April the 20th, 1996. She paid me about 22 visits, and this is the hair and nails that I used to rectify many of the defects in her structure. Primarily, she was always bending down to hide her left eye, which was protruding, and that was caused by graphite, which penetrated her skin when she was at school, and the pencil broke off. So she was polluted with graphite. And not only that, but she was also polluted with decanter lead, Very few people know that, well, they should know, but it's been ignored, that lead glasses are made from lead. And the lead is actually dissolvable into the liquid. And she was actually poisoned in the womb by decanter lead. So when she was born, she was already polluted in her digestive system with decanter lead, which caused her bulimia.
Oh, right, okay, it's lovely.
You know, we are doing like a spiritual operation with you, so the effect can be quite, especially if you don't rest for the day or so.
Yes, yeah.
I'm in a state of happiness, if you want to call it, all the time. I don't attach the good or the bad of it. If someone comes to me and says, Mr. Torf, you know, all the cancer's gone, I thank you, I'm very happy for them. If they come back and say, well, I'm very sorry you haven't done anything for me, I'm still very happy for them. I don't attach to it. I can't attach to what I don't do. My job is a very simple one. I'm the witness. I witness God's love for each patient. That's it. It's like having a partnership with God. It's a partnership that works quite well for 30 years. If people say, oh, you charge for healing, no, I don't. The healing is completely free. I charge you for the overheads occurred and the time of the people working and all the other rubbish that goes with it.
I think all healers ultimately are tapping into the same force. I know there are many methods and it can get very confusing, but I really think individuals have to find their own way. To me, healing is something that happens in all exchanges, whether it's conventional or non-conventional. I think that although, of course, the doctor prescribes drugs which have actions, there's no doubt in my mind that if there's a good relationship with the doctor, that a great deal of the healing takes place at that moment. The doctor's sympathetic and is allowing that person to be open to it.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi.
Fine, thank you. How are you?
I'm fine. Is Amy?
How's the baby?
Oh, she's a lot better. Aren't we? A lot better.
Hello, Amy. I've always considered that we are complementary. We're not alternative. Nobody can claim to be alternative to the medical profession. If you're smashed up in the road accident, how can you be alternative? How can you? You must go to a skilled man who knows how to stitch your body together. But I think the attitude towards alternative healing is the desperation of the populace with the constant intake or the constant medication of drugs. I think many people are now realising that that is a really stupid bandwagon to get onto. And in the old days, a doctor in my days would tell my mother, well, you better fast and go easy and do this, that and the other. And tragically and unfortunately, with the sit-up we've got at the moment, you're in 3 minutes flat out with a prescription for another drug. So a lot of people are turning against that.
Everybody has to make decisions for themselves. If you come here, see Jack, you'll see for yourself. It's not for somebody like myself or Connor to say to somebody, oh, it definitely works. You have to try it for yourself.
Well, I have to say I was sceptical when I came first, but he certainly he's worked for Sharon and he appears to have worked for Amy. So to the skeptics, you have to say, okay, you know, how does it work?
When I actually heal somebody, when I place my hands on their head, I feel an energy flowing through me and through them. Sometimes they actually feel it too. Some people report heat or cold or tingling or sensations in their mind of peace. Sometimes the energy around me begins to crackle. It's like a sound. Okay. Take a nice deep breath for me. Take another one. That's it. Now let the energy flow in. That's it. That's it. Let it go. Let it relax. That's fine. Whatever gift I have, my electromagnetic energy gets stronger. And I think that allows people to know that the healing is going into them. But it can be quite startling, of course. Of course there are people who may get better anyway, and of course there are a lot of people who come for healing where what you're doing is giving them a strength to overcome. It's not just the healing, but you can't write off all of it. It's not possible. I've seen too many things for that. The young lady with the MS and the legs were stiff, can I get you to just move? You need to move them. It will do you good, so you'll have to get up and have a little walk. The dizziness is the energy. I just need you to move them because it will move the energy through a bit better. Okay. Okay. Do they feel better now? That's good. That's good. It's important the movement helps, so you can go and sit down, and when I've finished, you can have a good walk round. That's good. That's completed that now. I know that there are cases where doctors have given the wrong treatment to people and they've got better. But I would argue that there is still a healing force going on. The healing force is still an exchange of something between people that mainly stimulates the mind, and I believe that sincerely. And whatever you call it is not important. What matters is people get better.
That's pretty amazing. The energy that was flowing through me just when Jeff touched my head, it was just incredible. It just went right through to my toes. And the pain and the numbness seems to be leaving my legs. Just amazing. I haven't felt like this for a long time.
Okay, you need to get to your pelvis. You okay? Okay. A bit emotional. It's okay. We need you onto the bed. If you just undo your trousers, because you'll need to get to your pelvis, all right? Yes. You okay? Is that too flat for you?
Can't you always tell when you're in love, eh? Can't you always tell when you're in love? Because the sunshine is in the heart, but the beam is on the face.
Okay.
Hello. Eleanor.
Yes.
That's a good old name, that one, isn't it? Eleanor. Head system as well. Now into pelvis, skull, chest. Okay, what are they giving you for this? What treatment?
I've started chemotherapy.
Yeah. Okay.
And I have an Arimidex tablet every day.
Yeah.
Besides 2 chemotherapy tablets every day.
Okay?
Yes.
Why are you going to touch you? I'm not going to do anything else. Eleanor, look at me.
It's also in my skull. And I'm frightened it's going to go into the soft tissue of my brain.
Don't fear. Fear is like going into a dark room. The first thing you do is put the light on. The mind is the switch, God is the electricity, and the heart is the light. Switch it on. Have no fear. Don't fear. Your fear will create more of a problem with your immune system. So stop it.
I don't know how to.
Easy, keep your mind fixed. Fix it on God. Just keep repeating the name. Sit up. God loves you, 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 God loves you. Remember it. He won't let you down. He won't let you down. The only thing you need to do this kind of work is love and compassion. Love and compassion is all you need. Love and compassion. You have these two things, there's not a problem.
Well, I feel shocked, but not shocked, but I feel calm. I feel I can't believe it. And I feel he has taken away some of the badness that was in me. Some of the cancer. I've got great faith.
Healing is a part of a system that's become labelled as the paranormal, but really all the paranormal means is things we don't yet understand. I think these are perfectly natural forces. All that's happened is that we don't yet understand all of the nature of them, and perhaps one day we will. I don't know.
I think there's a great future for this type of healing, this complementary healing. We know that it's able to do things that possibly the medical profession at this time can't do. So I think the future's looking very good for it, yeah.
And I never attempt to cure a body. I always believe, as I did in 1938, when I first came into natural healing, the body cures itself. And very few people actually understand the body cures itself. When you release the blocks to enable the body energy to flow, it's self-curing. We actually inherit a self-curing machine. And we don't have to have doctors, we don't have to have anybody. It cures itself as long as you obey the rules of nature.
Everyone has the right to the freedom to feel what they want to feel, and the opinion to say it if they want to. That is, we are free to make our own judgments and our own opinions. I think it's very sad that when you see the results that Jack has, and indeed, I mean, I've been myself through a very great deal of stress, and yet I'm standing here and I'm strong and I'm feeling okay and well. Especially after this appointment. But to the skeptics I'd say, well, all right, thank you for your opinion and you're entitled to it, but it works for me and that's okay.
Eleanor Bannon was filmed in March this year. She subsequently paid a second visit to psychic surgeon Stephen Turoff, but sadly died in May.